Guys, how we doing? Good. Yeah.
Eddie, there's bad news down there in Dallas with Marshawn Nealand, and obviously you didn't coach him, but you work with a lot of these young guys, and I'm curious how much you get a chance to kind of feel responsible for staying close with these guys as they go through this transition to the NFL.
Yeah, I think first of all, condolences to the Nealand family, Cowboys, and everyone there. It's tragic. Like, I think things like this are just there. You don't really know what to say in moments like this, but my thoughts and prayers are with them. I think as you go through this, you always, like when you go and you coach these guys, you are responsible for them. Like it's a business, and I know all these things go, but ultimately they're all people and human beings, and I think the more you treat people like people and you try and be there, and you can't always, you have to check yourself. I was just talking to some of the guys about it this morning, and you have to look at yourself and say, do you give time to people? Do you constantly see them? Because you're coaching tape, we forget all these guys are young men, and they're constantly analysed and constantly questioned, and it's hard. Yeah, they're people.
The matchup this week against Arizona. They've been one of the best teams at converting on third downs. When you look at that, what are they doing so well? Why are the numbers?
The guys, so lately Jacoby's been doing a great job of seeing what he's getting and making quick, decisive decisions and getting the ball out.
You were kind of pounding the table for Riley Mills during the draft, and it looked like you're getting some chances to finally work with them a little bit after practice there. How excited are you to get to see him?
Yeah, I am. I actually don't get a chance to work with him right now. I was working with Connor and Mike Moe, and he's just watching and listening. He's got the most football kind of stamina I've been around for a D lineman. He can literally just absorb, so he just stands there and watches, and he's trying to learn. I can't wait for him. He works so hard and he's put so much into him. I know when he gets here, it's going to be, you just got to relax and go for it, but I'm excited to see him.
Hey, on Tyrice Knight, what can you tell me about just his patience, waiting for his moment, and then what he's done with that moment?
Yeah, he's taken full advantage of it, and I think he's taken full advantage of the moment by just doing his job. I think as you get into these moments, and you was a backup, and you come in and you get your chance to play, your first job is to play the role and execute the role, and that's what he's doing. And then when you do those things and you're working as part of the defense, as these guys are trying to work as one, good things happen, and obviously you saw it on Sunday night.
With guys in that position, how tough is it to get them to not try to do everything all at once, and when they get their opportunity and try to show something and try to do all those things and have to rein it in?
I think it's different for different people. Like some guys, it's like that, and then other guys, it's like they can cut it loose a bit. Like you can relax. It's a fine balance, and working through that. And Jeff Howard and K. Scott, they do a great job of getting the guys ready for that. Sorry.
How different do they look, or do they look different with Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, they've changed a little bit. They've just changed a little bit after the bye week. It looks like I feel like this team play good football, good sound football, and they kind of got themselves in that position last week, and they got the win. They're in it every week. You have to look at this team. They play sound football. They play hard, and they play the right way. And there's a few things that are different, but ultimately they still have the same identity, I think.
It seemed like they really fit Marvin Harrison a lot.
Yeah, they did.
Dallas.
They did.
Change they've done, or
I think they find ways to try and get him the ball. But he is, and he's catching the ball too. Same with 85 too.
You had a game plan against Rashid Shaheed at one point this season.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about?
Glad he's on our team. No, you see the speed. We saw it today in practice. We'll see as we go forwards, but I'm glad he's here.
What is he like to have to try to game plan against?
It's just his speed, his vertical threat, his ability to stop and start. I think he can take the ball vertically and horizontally. When you have players like that and they're good with the ball in their hand, it makes it a problem because you can create different space on the field.
What's it going to take to get the first fumble this year?
You're right. We have to do it. We have to put a nose tackle on kickoff to get it. That's what we've done. We got 2. We just sadly fumbled one as we was running in the end zone and got a penalty on the other one. But no, I think like those things are funny. Like constantly look at different ways to teach it. You constantly look. I've been on teams that have been number 1 in the NFL at forcing fumbles. Been on teams that are high and we're turning the ball over. We're getting interceptions, we're not getting fumbles. We're high in sacks and we're still not getting fumbles. I think you have to keep talking it. You have to keep bringing it to life. You have to constantly think about it. And I think people do change. You know, like I do think that sometimes when you're constantly thinking about tackling and getting the guy on the ground, these guys, I feel like we've done a great job of like limiting yak. And once the ball carrier has the ball, we get him on the ground. Now it's like, can we see it? Can the second man in take it away? And I think once those things can't, like they're like London buses. Once they come, they just keep coming. So.
What did you think of Peely out there on teams?
On teams, yeah. It's cool. Like it was so funny. We was on Fridays. Saturdays. It was Fridays. We stand like the D-line. They do a walkthrough with the linebackers, and we stand talking about it because Peely was in special teams, and someone said, like he's gonna make a huge play and it's gonna light the sideline up, and it did. Like everyone, it was electric. It was something to be part of.
To that end, can you see the confidence carry over, whether it was him or it was Connor who recovered that fumble, in other phases of practice, film study, that sort of thing this week?
Yeah, I think confidence is a funny thing. I think yes, but I think you can only truly build confidence if you constantly, consistently do it. And Mike talks about it all the time. It's like stacking wins is something we talk about here. It's like, can he do it again? Can we do it again? Can we do it again? And I feel like the guys are buying into it, and I feel that they're like some of our really high-level players and guys like Connor that are rookies on special teams, guys like Peely that are backing up roles and then getting chances to play. Everyone's trying to buy into that, and you just got to keep doing it on a day-to-day basis.
What do you make of the year DeMarcus has had? You knew what he was in Dallas, and coming off the injury he had a year ago, to be able to lead this for you guys. How big a deal is that?
Yeah, he's exactly what I thought he'd be. Like that's the guy I know, and I've been around him when he got hurt, and he came back the next year and he went to the Pro Bowl. Like he's a pro. He knows how to take care of his body, and he's a dog. Like that's it.
Tyrice Knight stepping in versus Washington. What did you see in that game, and what do you want to see from him if he has to start on Sunday?
I thought he done a great job. I think it's cool when you see players that maybe have lost their role, and then they get asked to come back in and they execute at a very high level. Like I think he led the team in tackles, and got TFL. Like that's a testament to him. And if he plays, it'd be great. And if he has to hold a special teams role, he'd be great. And that's the kind of person that he is.
If you have to have someone else with the green dot this week going at home with the noise, just what kind of preparation is necessary for that?
I think they do that prep every week, but as I know, the guy with the green dot is the guy that has the green dot.
You guys have one of the highest pressure rates in the league, while Seeing one of the lowest rates. I mean, it's probably pretty obvious, but what does that do for a defense when you're getting home without sending extra guys?
It allows you to play coverage, and then it allows you, when you pressure, you do worry about the guys that are coming, the 4 guys that are coming. You do have blocking schemes and you do have protection plans, but there's certain players that line up in front of the players that are trying to block them, and it makes them think, how do they set? How do they play the scheme but still do their job blocking this guy? And I think it's a fine line of when do you blitz and when do you bring 4, and Mike has been doing a good job of doing it. They just got to keep coming it. Whoever's blitzing, if it's 4 rushers that play on the D-line or if it's 3 guys off the ball, we should rush the same way.
When Tyrice has played before, it's kind of often been Will and Ernest has been in the middle. How much of a difference is it when he's playing in the middle versus the Will?
You do get different looks, and the game is a little bit different, especially playing behind the guys that we have. He's been working those positions while he's been, because he's kind of covers both positions, so he's been working them and he's been getting used to it since training camp. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.